snipperoos, canips.
Conniption.
Conniption, yes. We know about conniptions here, right, Cher?
So y'all videoing here? They can't see them through there?
No,
it's live right
that's
now.
why I'm reviewing right there, because they can't do it. Can you tell her that I can't answer the phone?
Oh, how am I going to do that?
You have a phone.
Oh, I will, yes. How am I going to do that? Who is that? 13?
It says,
No, we haven't started yet. We're still working on setting up the link.
to watch the video.
They're having some technical difficulties, but we'll get on it. Just give us another minute and we'll be good.
Hello, could you please make everyone aware that's answering phones that everyone is here involved in the live video, and Cher and Rocky and Shirley, myself, Memo, we're not going to be available for about the next hour, possibly hour and a half. So if you could just take messages or have everybody there take messages, and we'll return the calls as soon as we're through. Thank you.
My people left.
We weren't having it.
Yeah.
Guess
Hi.
they'll be back.
Okay.
You're fine. Well, I know what they are. I have some at home. Which is this right or left?
It's the right one. A little more.
One of my clients left.
Oh, maybe she got disconnected, or maybe she'll dial back in. There's a little bit of a delay, it sounds like.
Just you can click here, and you can bring them.
No, you're not.
There you go.
You're here for Michael's class?
Okay.
So
Yeah, they're going to post the link in just a minute.
The one.
We're just trying to get all of our technical
There was some
difficulties
that
worked
said
out.
that they might not
And
be in the live
Yeah, one lady worked.
because of work.
Did you send out the link yet?
and let everybody join on because they have not yet.
Oh, did you accept it? Maybe you haven't accepted the other
Let's
one.
see. How do I turn that around?
So you
Oh,
click
right
here.
there. See? Let me show you.
You
There he
only-
is.
No, there was three.
You
But
only
one.
have people. Where's
Yeah, there was
No,
three.
we're going to do both.
All
Oh,
right,
is
then.
that? They don't want to be in it?
The reason is because we can
Maybe
only,
let me
Michael
look at
can't
it.
answer everybody's questions, so they split it up between the group of us. See, there's several people going to be answering questions. And if you want something directly to Michael, then you tell me,
You don't have the link?
and I'll repeat it back to him, or I can just tell you.
540.
I'm Cher, by the way, if you don't know who I am.
79.
The Cher? The Cher?
Hi, Esther. And who are you?
That's Andrew, right?
Debbie?
Oh
Okay.
no, iPod.
And who are you on the bottom
So
here?
you click here once in a while. That's it.
Say that one more time, you cut out.
So just
Oh, you're
click
Debbie,
here.
and you in the middle
Sometimes you
are
wanna join, and then you get the link.
uh-huh,
Find the link.
Christy.
You have to accept it.
Okay.
You wanna go?
One left. Oh, I have one now.
Okay.
And
you're
the
gonna
third
call
one
that
never
lady?
called.
We're just waiting for everyone to join, and then we'll start.
Yeah, call her from the phone. And I think we're about to start. We're just waiting on one person.
Okay, all right.
The link,
The link?
how do they get to the link?
Oh, the link. My bad.
Yes, I think that's it right there. Is this it? Camera on top.
Yeah. Oh, invite sent. So
See on top? Is that the link?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
84.
It's
Yeah.
going? It's going right now? On
I'm
YouTube?
about to
Oh,
send the
great.
link to the-
He says it's up on YouTube.
Okay, all right.
Good.
Let
On
me
his
send
end.
the, let me send the link to everyone. once
Okay,
again.
okay.
Do you both see it on there?
Okay, share. Copy
Okay,
link.
perfect.
Okay.
Hello, Susan. How are y'all?
Okay, everybody has the link.
Okay, everyone's on.
Everyone's on? You people are on?
Are y'all on YouTube?
Is everybody there?
Is everyone on YouTube? Can you see the YouTube?
No me dejan mirar lo que dice abajo.
Thumbs up?
No.
No?
Did you send me the
Yeah,
link?
this is-
You sent them the link, you mean? The
the group
customers?
text.
Oh,
So you only have one?
yeah, I only have one gentleman.
No tengo idea. Yeah, okay.
She was there and then she got off, and then the third person would never call.
You can't see him?
Can you all see him on the?
They can
Are
hear
you all
you, but they
connected
cannot
to on
see
YouTube?
you.
Yeah, not yet, because he's not in the frame.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
okay.
we're waiting for, I guess, one person.
Okay. Right.
Okay. So who? Where's it?
Él está llamando.
Will they be able to catch this on the replay as well, or?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I can
Okay, all right.
We're just waiting.
One
We
more
have
person.
two.
I
We have
had
three.
two, but one never called, and then the other lady just hung up.
Okay. Well, he said they're disconnected. So
Not connected, yeah.
I'm worried
it
that
said
she got
back.
disconnected or something.
Okay.
Should I try to call her?
It's okay. Do you have the link? Cause she has a list. Just wait for her.
Okay.
Okay, so you got your three. You
I got
got
my
your three, right?
I got 3.
And then three, so 3, 6,
Would you can you repeat that?
Rocky has 3.
7. So we're missing 3 people.
Uh huh.
I guess one is trying to call, so we're missing 2.
Missing 2 people.
We're missing 2 people.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they have to
Okay.
reload again. There's some issues.
Having issues?
Reload.
That's what it said. They
Oh,
said
the FaceTime? Yeah. It could get a little tricky.
She's saying she's having to type it in. Type in the link because it's not working.
Really? Right here.
Excuse me? Is it on the CRAFTEX channel on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. A great game?
Under a different number.
Okay, add her to hers. So we'll go here and then you add person and you take to here.
the YouTube is going to look like that.
Cuatro.
You do? Okay.
Watch me playing a great game. I forgot to change the title.
Yeah, it says it says something about a great game. He forgot to change the title.
Okay, all right.
That's because one problem
Okay,
didn't
that's
want to
what
work.
she's saying right there.
No.
Adiós.
Oh, tell her to refresh. Go
Maybe
to the page
refresh
again.
it?
Yeah, go to the page again.
Christy, refresh yours.
Doesn't matter.
Hmm?
Okay, refreshing. Mm-hmm.
Can I see your screen again so I can see what it looks like?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And let's hope she
Esther,
joins.
were you able to get on YouTube?
No.
Nothing? Because they got it. They got it. So. Oh, that's because she's on yeah,
Hey,
she's,
look.
she's the one that got cut off.
You're in the
How are
To
you?
exit that one,
exit that one
and then
Doing good, thank
re-go to
you.
CRAFTEX.
and then re-go to
Hi,
CRAFTEX.
I'm
She said.
Shirley. Hi.
Because he said the one that you're on is the one
I'm
that.
going to be assisting you today
I got caught up.
if you have any questions with Mike, okay?
Tell them to click on the CRAFTEX logo.
All right.
They're on
Just
the
give us
old
a
one, the one
moment.
that got cut off.
Are you
Okay,
late
click on
on
the
CRAFTEX?
CRAFTEX logo. You're on the old
Yeah,
one.
he said
Christy.
click on the CRAFTEX logo.
Yeah, because that one got cut off. That's the one
Okay.
that got cut off.
So just
There
get
you
on there
go.
on CRAFTEX on YouTube, and it should be live.
Ahí va.
Yay!
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Ahí va.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just
You found it? Okay, perfect. So is everyone on?
Awesome.
Thumbs up? Yes?
Everybody's project is unwrapped and price tags are taken off and you have your tools together.
And we can add her to hers.
So everyone can hear and see him and hear him? Say hello, Mike.
Hello.
Yes, yes, and yes?
You people have all the video?
Okay,
in
perfect.
She's trying to
Gotcha.
get on right now
Yeah,
on
tell
YouTube.
her
And if
to
you need
click
help with
on
anything,
the
just let me
logo.
know. My
She's
name's
on the
Rocky.
one that got cut off.
Okay,
Click on the logo
yeah.
and then it should refresh the
And
line.
we're going to
Okay.
get started momentarily, folks. We have one person that's still trying to log on, so I think they're having some difficulty. So we're just waiting.
We're just
Yeah, one of them.
making sure that all the people
Right.
are.
Okay. All right. We want to make sure everybody's on at the same time.
This is our first.
Okay, great.
This is our first time ever doing this, and we just want to, we're having some issues, but we just want to make sure everybody is good, okay? So thank you for your patience.
Yeah, we want to make sure everybody is here.
Thank you guys so much for your patience. This is really exciting to try to do this online, and we're really excited. We're just trying to get up all, everybody ready to go, and we're almost there. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all.
Somebody bring the makeup.
Makeup. I need powder. I need a fan.
I need a fan.
Woo.
So where are y'all from? Are y'all anybody in Houston or Texas?
It's raining in
it's hot
Houston.
there, too.
It's raining in Houston. It's hot and humid.
On the camera,
Oh,
on
so
YouTube,
you know, yeah, it's hot
Matt
there
is
too.
saying that they're cutting off
Esther,
the
where are
head
you
of
from?
Michael's head.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we haven't started yet.
Oh.
We haven't started yet.
Yeah, we haven't started yet on that
Yes.
part. Okay.
You're an
He just
uncle.
wanted you guys to be
Oh,
aware.
so you're
Thank you,
so
thank
you're
you.
Thank you
sweating
so much
too.
for that. That would be very interesting with no head mic.
Good, we're all sweating. We all
So-
understand each other.
Tell them to make sure they are
The person with
watching the live because they can rewind it and they'll be like behind. They can rewind the video if they want.
So everyone's on, correct?
Okay.
So-
Everyone's on
Make
the
sure you guys
live,
are on
correct.
live.
So I've got a message from the person with 4144.
Yeah, I already
You got it. Okay. All right.
They're all on?
They say they're all on.
Thumbs up.
We're all
On
good.
YouTube?
Yep,
Here?
we're ready.
They're all
Here?
there.
They're all ready.
Carla's calling one more person
Two
to
more.
make sure she doesn't miss out,
Okay.
and then we're good to go.
Okay.
Trying to get a hold of that one more person.
We are trying to get a hold of one more person, and then we're ready
We
to
are
go.
trying to get hold of one more
We
person.
got,
and
we're dividing everyone between the three of us.
We're dividing everyone between the three of us. Echo.
I'm hearing everything on echo and stereo. It's going around the room. Okay.
That's why I did the whole.
Yes, yes, yes.
Where are you guys from?
So, one more?
Yeah.
Okay. We can add it to this. So we're gonna add one more person here and then we're good to
Okay.
go, right?
Oh, awesome.
It's Rachel.
Yeah, we have to.
This is Rocky.
Hello.
Woo.
What?
I know.
Rocky?
In front of the camera. What?
Rocky never gets in front of the camera.
It's a new day. It's a new day.
We just made in Rachel.
Ah, okay.
Rachel, and then the other one didn't answer, right?
She did.
She did? So we have 9 people. Oh, one said
You
she
know,
did not make it.
you know these folks.
She
In
said you
front,
could
oh,
come
they
to
can
her
see
lane.
you.
I need to know that.
Look around.
Fucking Sarah.
Oh, okay.
We're all.
Can't see you real quick. I can't see you right now.
We'll be pros at this
They are trying to
next
add a
year.
third
This
person.
takes
It's still trying to gather people together.
No, we're still babies here.
We don't want the people that signed up for the class to miss out. And
We didn't want to do like a Zoom and
Is she
everybody have to
on?
create an account.
Right, right, right,
Not
right,
everybody
right.
has Zoom accounts,
And then
so
do this,
everybody
do that, so
does Zoom,
FaceTime
and then
will be
everybody on
easier.
one
Yeah.
screen.
Okay.
Everybody has a
The
phone.
invite
Right.
got sent, so
Estimated
hopefully
time
she'll be
maybe?
there.
We're trying to give
When
you all
we're
the
gonna start?
attention when you're.
Oh,
doing
Yeah,
okay.
it's
this.
10:26.
That's what it looks like right now.
Yeah, it's fine. We can
Yeah,
start.
his head.
Should we start?
There it is. Oh, she called.
Rachel,
Yeah, she was calling.
accept.
Okay,
Okay.
sweet.
Yay.
Hi.
So are we good?
Ready. Okay.
Okay,
You
so
ready to start?
One person.
Hello, Rachel. Are you
One more
there?
person? Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Who?
The first one.
Did you call her?
Okay.
Oh, I have.
You have him.
What is that?
No, she doesn't.
I mean, it's supposed to be 10 people.
oh,
Yeah, we're missing one. Three.
three.
We're missing one.
Uh,
I'm gonna call you through Rocky.
Just check the phone number. Yeah. Is it one of them?
No.
No?
We're missing one.
I do ribbons. I don't do
Okay,
tickets.
so that's it. That iPad's handy, huh?
It is. I should bring mine and charge it and use it.
There you go. You got a purpose now.
I've been charging mine in forever.
Don't you have an iPad too? Like
I don't. I have a Surface. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It works.
It's just a big giant phone, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? This is the iPhone 22X
You did?
Max.
25.
Okay.
What number is it? Yeah, read.
Not
What's your name?
connected.
White?
Mhm.
Not connected. Well, I guess we'll.
See this arrangement next to me?
I mean, we tried. We can't
Okey.
keep everybody waiting.
Okay, yeah, we can.
Okay.
I think we should.
Yeah,
We
okay.
should start.
We should
Yeah,
start.
Fine.
These
They
phones.
can always rewind the video.
Okay. All right.
Okay, we're about to start.
Okay.
Can we
Keep trying. Keep
Okay,
trying
for real this time.
Okay,
We're
we're
gonna
about
Okay.
to
Time, we're
start.
about to start.
Okay. Watch the wire share, by the way. I don't want you to get all
Thank
caught
you for
up. It's
being
right behind you.
We're getting it ready right now. Okay.
Okay.
5, 4,
right.
3, 2, action.
All right. Good morning, everybody. It's about 10:28 in the morning, Houston time. Thank you for joining us on a wet,
Oh,
rainy.
no sound.
Uh-oh. Can everybody hear me?
Can
y'all
you
hear
guys hear
Can you guys hear Michael?
Yes.
Everybody's good?
Thumbs up. You
Is
can
everyone
hear
good on
Because
my end?
turn up your volume if you can't hear me.
Thumbs up.
Everybody has.
Is that a thumbs up?
Okay, all right.
everybody?
Thumbs up. Okay, I got two
It might
thumbs
be
up.
it might be a
Okay.
one-person thing.
Okay.
All my people can hear you too. Y'all are my people.
All right, so thank you for coming out and joining us on a wet, rainy Houston day. It is Friday. We made it to the weekend, everybody. Okay, I hope you guys, everybody received all their material, and if you haven't already, please start unsleeving and unbagging all of your things. If you could start removing all the different price tags off of everything, that would be great. I'm going to go ahead and start by showing you everything that you should have received in your box. So I want to make sure that you received your pumpkin. Did everybody receive their pumpkin? Just one? There should be a bundle of branches, of twigs that you should have received. And they're all bound together. We're going to leave them just like this. You should have received your 2 picks, the black and white picks. Okay? You should have received your picks with your pumpkins and your leaves. There should be 3 of them there. You should have received your little gift tag or your trick-or-treat sign. Okay? Your maple leaves, you should have 3 branches of maple leaves there. The ribbons that you received, you should have received the black and white striped ribbon. It's a 4-inch ribbon.
Yes, ma'am.
You should have received your black, white, and orange cemetery scene. Very cute, R.I.P. with your jack-o'-lanterns and black cats. These are really, really cute. Spooky, just like Cher.
Yes.
And of course your
What was your
plaid,
question
your
about?
fall plaid.
Hey, everybody got everything?
Yes. The cat ribbon?
Yes, the cat with the headstones and everything. Yeah. You should have also received your bundle of wire, and you should have received some cable ties. Okay?
Okay. She's asking Mike
Mhm.
if she can swap out the cat ribbon for a little bit wider ribbon. Is that okay?
You can,
It's a
absolutely.
green.
Yes, okay, absolutely, yes.
Absolutely.
Do what you like.
Yes,
You do what you want
yes,
to do
yes.
to match your home decor.
That's right. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull out one of the pieces of wire, okay? And I'm basically going to sort of fold it, and I'm going to just sort of wrap this around my hand, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm going to do a little bit of a close-up here, and I'm going to create my hanger. So I'm just going to twist this. 1, 2, maybe 3 twists. Okay, so now now that I've wrapped my hand, you should have a loop there, okay?
Slow it down, bro.
Slowing it down. Now I'm going to attach this to either side of the branch, of the bundled branch here. Like I said, we're not unbinding this. We're going to leave this as is. So I'm just going to attach that. I'm going to lay it up against the back, and I'm just going to take that and I'm going to wrap it around one side. I'm going to wrap it around the other. And just for security, I'm going, security. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just loop it in there, just so it doesn't slide off. So I'm going to twist that again in the front.
No, not go over. Just lay it up against it, flat.
So now you can see.
A little bit higher. See where the rubber bands are towards the top? Okay.
So I've just created a little loop. So is everybody here? Is everybody up to speed?
Is everybody good?
Do you want me to do that again?
Do it.
Should I? Okay. All right. I'm going to do it again. All right.
Are you guys good over here?
So I'm just gonna show everybody what I did. I just wrapped that around my hand. I'm just gonna twist that just 2 or 3 times, and this is what creates the loop or the hanger. So you're just gonna attach that to the very back. You're just going to attach it to the very back. Either side, it doesn't matter. Whatever side is flat for you, just attach it to the very back and just wrap it around once, wrap it around the other way, and I just kind of lock it into place so it doesn't slip off. So is everybody good?
Good job.
Everybody good?
Looks good.
Okay. Now, for our purposes, this is what we're doing, of course, obviously. So you saw this that was posted on our Facebook page. So I'm basically, I'm just working off of our easel here. Maybe you're working off of a table. Maybe you're working off of a wreath hanger, or if you want to work off of a ladder, which we often do, or off of a door. Please, whatever works for you. A flat surface is sometimes easy for people to work off of, but for our purposes in doing this live for you, this is what we're doing. All right, so with my wire cutters, as you can see, I have these 2 little extra pieces of wire, and I'm just snipping those off.
So you don't get poked.
Exactly. All right. So with one of the maple leaves, I'm going ahead and just sort of fluffing this to give it a little extra body, because you don't want it to look as if it just came out of a bag. You want to give it a little extra life. So just sort of play with the leaves, bend the leaves a little bit, fluff these out.
The two arms of that circle, wrap it around the broomstick. The 2 arms, yeah. So put the hole behind where it's going to be on your back, and then wrap the 2 legs of that circle around it, around the branch.
All right. So, and of course, as you can see, these bundles are all different from one another. These are all natural.
So that way you have a hole.
Fluff them out. Make them lively.
All of these are
Spread them out.
all of these are basically wrapped and packaged and all by weight. So some are going to be longer, some are going to be shorter. As you can see, this one's a little bit longer than the original one that I had done. So, but they're all a little different. That's okay. All right. So don't think that's an issue. As I said, they're all natural items. So I'm going to take one of these branches, and as I said, I fluffed it out so you can see it's got a little extra body. Just kind of lifted the leaves, shaped them a little bit, give them a little bit more of a natural look. And I'm just going to lay that up against the actual framework of the actual bundle of twigs here. So with the cable tie, I'm just going to grab on to one or 2 or however many number of branches that you feel like, and just sort of grab onto that. And if you've never used a cable tie, I'm just going to, or a zip tie, you can hear it zipping. So it's basically locked in place. And I'm going to snip that little extra piece off. So I should have given you a quick class on how to work with the cable tie first. So as you can see, there's a flat side of the cable tie, and then there's not the flat side. So you want the other end of the cable tie to wrap around, or the zip tie. You're just going to insert it through, and you can
do it about midways. There's no right or wrong.
and you can hear it zipping. It's a zip tie. So
one down lower, you're gonna
once
put
it's
the next one
zipped,
up a
you
little
can't
bit higher.
undo it. But like I said, I just went back and I clipped off that little piece of plastic, okay? Now we're going to do the same thing that we did with this one on the lower branch. We're just going to stagger the next level. So I'm probably going to come over to the left or to the right a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead, if you can see that, here's one level. I'm going to go up to the next level. So take it up about 3/4 of the way maybe, so you have all the body and all the leaves that I've sort of pre-shaped ahead of time. And I'm just going to zip tie that in place. And again, just grab on to a twig or a couple of twigs. And you can hear it zip, the zip there, and just zip it and clip.
And snip it.
Yes. And of course, now perhaps you didn't get it tight enough. Maybe you want to go back and add another piece of cable tie if you want to do that, just to give it a little extra security. That's up to you. I usually just use one, but if it's going to make you feel better to zip it down or tie it down in 2 or 3 different places, you can do that. All right, you should have one other leaf. Now this leaf, again, you're going to go ahead and shape that one again. And please tell me if I'm going too fast. I'm happy to slow down. We're going to have this one going straight up and down. We want some color coming up over the bow. So I'm just going to insert that into the actual framework of the piece. And it's okay to have a few leaves coming up over the branches. You don't have to unless you want to have that show, but I'm going to have mine come up just a little bit. And I'm just going to zip that down, tie it down.
Take a pause break. Let's check in with everybody.
How's everybody doing?
Okay, anybody in Cher's group have a question?
My group is doing good. They're moving right along.
How does everybody look? Shirley, how are you doing?
We're doing good.
You're
How's
doing
everyone
good?
doing
One
over here?
person asked you to slow down a little bit.
Sure, I can slow down.
Do we need to slow down a little bit? Yes.
Everyone in my
somebody
So,
group.
said,
okay,
"You don't mind slowing down
not a
just little
problem.
bit."
So do I need to go over anything? Does anybody have a question or a comment?
So basically,
Okay,
we're
all right,
one
okay,
branch
all right.
below and
Okay.
one branch above.
How does everybody feel? Are you liking this format? This is our first online class ever, so this is basically an experiment for us to see how this actually works, and if we're doing well, please let us know. If you have some suggestions, please
Thumbs up.
give us a thumbs up, thumbs down.
There you go.
Okay, does everybody's leaves attached?
We're all good on this side.
Good.
Okay, everybody
Doing
good? Okay.
Just like that, Esther. Just drop it down, have a few strings at the top, and then zip it in.
Now the next thing I'm going to grab, or I'm grabbing now, is the sign.
Good, Christy. That looks good.
This has a hanger on it already. Okay, so it should have a little piece of ribbon. So most of them should have ribbons, but I'm going to basically take this and I'm going to add my cable tie. Just going to go through the hanger, okay? So I've got that just sort of looped through, and I'm going to find a place to nestle that in. So as you can see, I staggered my leaves, right, left, right, and up, and down. So I'm going to find a place to sort of nestle that in, and it's going to sort of hang a little bit to the left. So I'm just going to strap that in. So as you can, so you have a little bit of the orange leaves coming out from the bottom, and then it's okay to have and reshape your leaves if you want to have a leaf or two just sort of coming out in front of the sign.
Esther, put the zip tie through the ribbon on your little sign.
On the hanger. Or you can go ahead and wire through that little hole there, whichever you feel comfortable with. How's everybody doing?
See that piece of ribbon
That's good.
There
That
you
you
go,
still
guys.
have
You know,
every
great
little
job.
section that you're doing.
Right, right.
Put a zip tie through that.
Or you
That's what's gonna hold
or you can
on.
take a piece of wire. I
Hold
just
on to- there you go, just like that.
I like using the cable ties more
Towards the
often,
bottom.
but the wires are very
Not the
helpful
very
as well.
bottom, but you know, midways, bottom.
So there's no right or wrong way about doing this as long as it gets attached, and it's basically just sort of going to hang off of there, okay?
Just a little lower. And you got it.
There you go. Just bring it a little lower.
That's great. Yes.
Good. Good. Yes.
Looks good, Christy.
Is everybody good?
Can you show how the fluff goes?
Yeah. All right, I went ahead and pulled one.
No, you're not. You're doing good.
I went ahead and pulled one of the pumpkin picks. You should have 3 of these, I believe, in your package. And I'm just fluffing this. Of course, when you got it in your package, it probably was all flat and just... Exactly. So I'm just taking and I'm separating and lifting all of the branches and all the berries and all the pumpkins and just sort of bringing everything forward, giving a little bit of shape. Now, I will point out, that because some people may have received, when you're unsleeving these, maybe when you unsleeved it, maybe this happened. Maybe a little bit of the berry got stuck to the package and this is going to be exposed. Well, I have a real quick fix for that, but I don't have a marker with me at the moment. But I usually just take a black marker and I just kind of go through and cover up the white part of the berry, and it just kind of fills in. So you can do that later. But that usually happens with this kind of product, with the sort of foam berries. So that's always a quick fix for me, because
There you go. Just
when you
open up
look
your
at the
tray.
berries, you can see all the different colors of orange. Some are deeper than others, but I think just
Make
a
it
quick fix of
dimensional.
black just to fix that. It's a real quick fix. So again, I just kind of fluffed that open. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead. As you can see on my model, I have one of these that's sort of to the right of the sign. So I'm just going to go ahead and slip that in. And another quick trick that I try to do from time to time to prevent any kind of slippage, I take my wire cutters and I just kind of make a quick little loop around, just to make a loop. And I don't cut it. I don't use that. I don't use enough force to cut the actual stem. But this, if you wanted to loop through here with a piece of wire, or loop through with one of the cable ties, just for a little added security and to keep it from slipping and moving through the design, this is what I'm going to attach that with. Okay?
It's not a necessity.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
It's just giving you a little tip.
Right. So again, I'm just following the model that I made, and I'm just sort of going to insert that or hang that over to the right. And I'm just going to go through. Oh, I need to flip that over. I got the wrong side. And then you can hear the zip, and it's basically hung in there. And if you want to, you can shape that through and around and play with the pumpkins. I usually like to go through and bring things forward and outward just to give it a little extra movement. And I'm going to snip that little extra piece off. And then, of course, I'm going to use the second pick. How's everybody doing? Are we all up to
How is
speed?
everyone?
Everybody got their first pick in?
Good. Awesome. Good job, man.
Rocky?
Looking great.
Oh, they're good.
Everybody's good?
They're
good.
moving and grooving over here.
Okay, all right.
They're good.
Easy.
Turn
That's
it a little
awesome.
bit.
Easy breezy.
Esther?
Yes.
Yeah, they're doing awesome.
Do you have it attached already? No, you need to bring it up by the sign. Attach it up by the sign. Yeah.
And all of these things are shapeable. You can always come back and move and play with these later. Just wanting to make sure that everybody's up to speed. I don't want to push everybody through this if you're not ready. So please let me know if I need to stop or slow down. Now I'm basically going to do the same thing that I did with this one. I'm going to create a little bit of a, I'm going to just sort of, as I said, don't use too much force and just kind of bend that around. So again, I created a loop, so you can see my finger going through there, all right? And I'm going to take my cable tie again, my zip tie, and I'm going to stagger this one basically. So you see I have one that's lower. I'm going to create, I'm going to stagger, I'm going to go a little higher
And
on the other side, on the opposite side. So you have a little bit of a staggering movement going on here. So I'm just going to sort of go through my little hoop and attach. And zip that through. And then I'm going to clip that.
Good job, everybody.
How's everybody doing? And again, as I said, play with your branch.
Sure, you're going to go on the other side of the tag.
Give it a little extra movement. Play with your berries. I like to have everything coming forward. And as I said, when I'm finished with this, I'm going to go through with a marker, and where I see where some of the foam berries have maybe come apart or maybe got stuck on the package, I'm just going to go and just fill that in with a little, you can use an orange marker or red marker, but I always like to use black. It's always a quick fix. Everything kind of fades to black in these situations. So does everybody have their second pick attached?
Are we all attached?
I'm going to grab my other pick. We have 3 of these. And again, doing a little extra shaping as well as I go. I like to shape as I go. And just sort of bring your picks to life. Add a little extra movement. Breathe a little life into these.
Did the happy little trees.
Bob
Bob Ross. That's who he sounds like.
People say that all the time. So I like Bob Ross. I watched him for years. Is Bob Ross still around? I have no idea.
I think he passed.
Did he? I don't know. Yeah. Now this guy is going to go on the very top. So if you see my model here, I'm going to have a little bit of this coming up through the very top. So I'm going to just sort of insert that in and just follow the direction. There, that's probably close enough. And I'm going to zip tie that in.
Michael, do you need some water?
Oh, actually I have water. Thank you. Thank you, Cher. Stay hydrated, yes. So I'm going to cable tie this guy in.
Everybody doing good so far?
Yes.
And again, I'm going to clip that through.
Right, from the top.
And just slip it all the way down.
Slide it up against the branches.
All right.
Okay? Am I doing all right?
There you go. Make sure you open up your string. Give it some dimension. Have some coming out.
Now I'm going to grab.
See, turn it around so I can see it.
Now I'm grabbing the next pick,
Perfect.
which
Now
is one of
zip it in.
one of the black and white picks.
Christy, you want to check in?
Looks good.
And I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the other picks. Just the only reason I do this, folks, is just to make sure that none of these pieces slip out of the design.
Awesome.
Okay, so again, I just, without using too much force, because I don't want to clip this.
She's like, I'm ready.
I don't want to clip the branch. Again, using a zip tie. All right, I'm just going to go through the loop that I created, and I'm just following the model. And I'm going to have this sort of angled over to the right. And again, I'm just going to fasten that in. I'm going to find a place to hook that into.
No right or wrong. You're just attaching it to the branches.
Again,
Remember, we're doing staggered.
I'm going to clip that little piece off. And you can come through here and you can play with this. And as I said, you know, all of these are stretchable, all of these are movable. You can make some longer, you can make some shorter if you want to, and just play with them. You know, make them do whatever you want to do. They're all shapeable little curly cues. And I think they're fun. And they kind of give you a fun, whimsical feel for Halloween. I thought this was one of a perfect item.
You see where, there you go, where your zip tie is at the top? Yeah, right in that area. That'll be good. Somewhere in there. It doesn't have to be exact. It could be a little down.
How's everybody doing?
And it might look a little strange right now because you don't have your bow on.
How's
So don't
everyone
freak
doing?
out.
Everyone doing good?
Right. We're just waiting on a few folks. A few folks have some questions because we have 3 different people here that are attending 3 different class members or students.
Debbie's getting crazy with her her little curly cue.
All right, good, yeah.
Dance.
Yeah, all right. If everybody's good, I'm going to move on to the second one, okay? So as you can see, we have one of these coming down. We're going to have one coming up behind the bow. And as I said, all of these guys are shapeable. You can play with these, you can extend these and have fun with these, you know, they're all shapeable. Have fun with them. You can place them however you like.
So this one's going up and down.
This is going to go straight up and down. So what we did before with the other pumpkin pick, we're just going to insert that straight up and down through the branches. And where it stops, that's really up to you. If you want it to go, if you want to sink it down a little further, you can do that as well. But as you can see, it's just sort of hanging in there. I haven't even strapped it in, and it's just sort of hanging, but I want to go ahead and tie that down.
Wow, that looks good. Both of them look good.
So just for a little added security, and just pulling. And I'm going to, sometimes,
Do you have yours out?
I just want to show you as well, and I didn't show you this earlier, sometimes just to give it a little extra, I want to pull that tighter. Sometimes I just, before I even cut it, I just kind of pull on it a little extra. You can see it slipping and pull on it, and then I clip it. So it's on there a little tighter.
And just zip tie that down.
How's everybody doing?
Ladies, it's going to look strange because you don't have your bow in yet, but don't worry.
Yeah, look at Michael. It's empty in the middle.
Yeah, there's a big empty void here. We're going to create our
Can you
bow.
take it down just a little bit more? Push it down in there a little more. You don't want it too high. You want to kind of bring it into the... There you go. Yeah, that's it.
Water break.
How's everybody doing? Thumbs up, thumbs down. How are we feeling?
Well,
Thumbs
I'm
up
feeling
over here.
tired and I haven't had your thumbs in,
Oh,
so...
no, we'll get you fed pretty soon, Cher. All right.
I didn't say hungry.
Oh, no. Well, I'm hungry. I'm getting hungry.
Right.
What's for lunch, Cher?
That's good, Esther.
Awesome.
All right, next we have our pumpkin. Okay? Whoops. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Now, there's 2 different ways of going about this, and I'm going to show you a quick, easy way. For example, if you don't want to damage your pumpkin, you can always insert an ice pick or maybe just something sharp into the back of the into the back of the pumpkin, and insert the wire. If you wanted to do that, you can always take the wire. I kind of double it, and as I said, I sort of use something to create a pilot hole and glue that in if you had a hot glue gun. I didn't ask anybody to bring a hot glue gun or have one, but it's real easy to do because all of these are styrofoam. However, if we're not going to do that, I'm going to show you another quick way. So you're not damaging the pumpkin. And I'll just take the wire and I'm just going to sort of tightly, whoops, without making it slip, tie that on to the pumpkin. I think I caught that in the wrong place. Let me come back. We're on live television, folks, or live broadcasting, so expect anything to happen.
Bloopers.
Right? Ah! Not having any luck. They do this all the time.
When no one's watching.
Right? So again.
Just put a hole in it.
All right. So there you go. So you can see it's just basically hanging on to the pumpkin, the back of the pumpkin. Okay? I hope nobody has the kind of trouble that I had. And I'm going to go ahead and just strap that to the back, to the actual piece itself. So I'm just going to go through. Catch my wires.
That's good. That's perfect, Esther.
And it,
Nice and tight.
and it's on there. And I can go back in the back and clip the wires, but I'll do that when I'm finished.
Make sure to tighten it pretty good.
Say that again? Yes, ma'am, above the sun.
Right above the sign.
Mm-hmm. Now this way you don't risk damaging the pumpkin, because maybe next season you're going to want to pull this apart and maybe use your pumpkin in another design, so you don't risk damaging it. You know, it's still a good pumpkin. So you did, you know, that way you won't, unless you want to make it a permanent piece, go ahead and puncture the back, and like I said, you know, push the wire through, glue it in, and that way it's a little bit more permanent, and you can tie it into something else later. But as you know, here at CRAFTEX, we try not to cut a lot of our products. We try not to puncture our things, because sometimes, you know, somebody will bring something back next year, next season, and say, you know, I bought this last year. I want you to make or do a quick facelift for me, make it fresh, make it new, and we'll you know,
Y'all are doing a great job.
do something different for them next year, next season. So that's always a great tip for you. So all of these things that I've shown you already, as you can see, we haven't cut anything. You know, we've basically made a couple of loops on some of these stems. You can always cut these up later, reinsert them into something else. Maybe you want to reuse a lot of these things for Thanksgiving, which is still coming up, of course, and maybe do another design.
Let me see. Yeah, you got it right.
So how's everybody doing? Does everybody have their pumpkin attached? Good? Okay.
Did you twist it in the back, Esther? Okay. That's okay. Your ribbon's going to cover all that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No stressing.
Sure, yes. Maybe put it a little bit towards the left. Yes, that's
Now, if we're ready to move on, tell me when we're ready to move on. Now we're going to get to the fun part. We're going to learn how to make a bow.
Ooh,
So is everybody ready for that? Tell me when you're ready.
Tweaking it just a little bit, so just give me
Okay.
a little,
All right. And of course, you'll be able to go back and replay your video if you need to.
awesome.
Looks good, Esther.
Okay, I think we're ready for the bow.
Okay, Rocky's group, I believe, is ready. Share.
Cher's group ready to start the bow?
Everybody ready?
Shirley?
Shirley's group
You ready? Thumbs up.
for the bow.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to start off, everybody, with the plaid ribbon, okay? So what we normally do here at CRAFTEX, we go ahead and pull quite a bit of the yardage off of the spool, and watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sort of drop this onto the floor, okay? I know, right? Don't freak out. It's quite all right. It's quite normal, but it just makes it easier for us to handle the ribbon. So when I start off my bow, we're going to do this in sections, okay? So what I normally do is I allow maybe 18 to 20 inches to come off the bow. That's probably the length of my hand all the way up to maybe the crease in my arm, the elbow area. So maybe 18, 19 inches or so. So I have a little bit of a tail section, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to crimp this, all right?
Pinch it.
Pinch it. All right? And this ribbon actually is printed on both sides. So no matter what you do, it's going to come up the same pattern. All right, so I'm going to do this a simple way. I'm going to create a loop. All right, so when I create my loop, I try to stretch my hand out and against my thumb and my pinky. If I can stretch my thumb and my pinky through, that's usually the size of a loop. Now, everybody's hand is a little bit different, so I'm gauging. I've actually measured this. This is about 9 inches or so. All right? So it's not going to be exact, but what I'm doing here, I'm going to go ahead and twist this ribbon, okay? You don't have to twist it, okay? Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just grab it there and just measure my hand through here, again, against my thumb and my pinky, okay? And if you want to make a bigger loop, you can always do that too. If you want to make a smaller loop, you can do that also. But this is usually what I do, and this is, I think, what a lot of us here at CRAFTEX do. Okay, so again, my pinky, my thumb, and I'm going to do a quick twist. All right, I'm going to make a second loop. I'm keeping my thumb in the middle here. All right, I have 2 loops. I'm going to do that again on the opposite side. Now let me show you another thing that I do. If you can see that, where I still have my thumb in the center. I have 1 loop, 2 loops on one side, 1 loop on the other. I'm going to make that second layer of loop just a little bit longer, just like a smidgen, just a smidge. So it's just a little bit over. I'm going to twist again. I'm going to bring that over. And again, I'm going to make that a little bit longer. So when this bow opens up, it's actually going to open up in layers. Okay? So I'm going to twist again. So I basically have this going on. If you look at it, you know, my thumb is in the middle. You've got 2 loops on one side, 2 loops on the other.
Not with the tail, with the other side.
Okay?
Make a loop. Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and snip that. All right? Yes, let me go ahead. I'm going to take, yes. So this is what I have going on here. I'm going to take one of my cable ties.
There you go. Then pinch it, twist it.
And I'm just going to secure this.
Everybody good?
I'm going to snip that little piece of plastic off, okay?
Just bring the, now with your
so if you can see,
bring the loop, make another loop.
this is basically what I have going on here. It's almost like a fan shape, okay?
And just even them out.
A little bit off,
should
not
both
the same
be
side,
even
but
on
the same
both sides.
sides. You want them to be even.
Is everybody good?
Yes, you just twist and turn in the middle with your thumb in the middle on top, and your
So-
fingers
Y'all doing all right?
Just for a little security or a little extra,
Keep just going over the same
Okay.
bow.
just showing you, I can stretch out my hand and my thumb and my pinky all the way through these loops. So they're almost exactly the same. It's not a perfect measurement, but it's pretty much spot on, okay?
And just
Okay,
twist it.
now
And this is just our first layer.
that
the
part,
second
you
loop
want to make
behind
another
it.
loop.
This bow,
Slip the layers there, people.
Make your loop.
Okay.
go on.
No,
Yeah,
just
okay.
Can you, Michael,
Mhm.
can you demonstrate?
Oh, sure. Again. Again. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this
So you
again.
do it
I'm going to do it again. We have extra ribbon.
Do it again to show you.
Okay. So again, I'm going to pull out some ribbon. So again, that's probably about 18, 19 inches or so. I'm going to pinch the ribbon. I'm going to make my first loop.
Good.
And like I said, I stretch out my pinky and
You wanna
thumb
make sure that they're all
straight through the loop.
even on both sides, and then second
And I'm going to twist, holding on to that center, or holding on to the ribbon. Going to make 1 loop.
Wait, go back. Do that second loop a
Okay.
lot slower.
Okay. Still have my first loop here.
let's get a nice shot of it then.
Okay. Going to twist. And I'm going to measure that up against my first loop. It's not an exact measurement, folks, but that's pretty close, okay? Now, maybe you've made it too short, okay? But you can always make an adjustment. Maybe I've made it too long. You can still make a quick adjustment, all right? So again, that's not a perfect measurement. So again, I'm going to do a half twist. I don't know.
Doing okay?
I don't want to do this too fast for you, but I've basically got 4 loops.
Slow that part down how you're going to do it.
I'm going to put my cable tie right through the center, and I'm just going to cinch that off. Okay, and there you are. What I've done originally, I've got 2 of the same. So, does that help everybody? Is everybody doing all right?
You got it? Awesome. Good.
Okay.
Yes. It looks like you do.
Now, I'm going to still hold this in my hand for just a few seconds here. And the reason I'm doing that, I'm going to lay my next layer up against it. Now, if you want to, you can always just hold on to this and just sort of lay the ribbon behind it. And I'm just measuring this up against it. So as you can see, I hope you can see that in the camera, how the next layer of loops is going to be slightly longer, maybe a finger and a half length over the length of the first section in front of it. Okay? So that's going to be my next layer. So I know that's going to be the next size. So from what I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other. So I'm going to make that just a little bit longer, like another finger, a finger's length over, finger and a half's length over the first layer. And the reason I'm twisting, folks, let me show you. If I don't twist, can somebody answer what happens here if I don't twist my ribbon? Does anybody have an answer for me? Who has an answer?
I know.
What's the answer, Cher?
It's inside out.
It's inside out. So the reason we're going to twist it is to bring that pattern back up. So I just do a half twist just to bring the pattern up so you can see that. Now all the patterns are on the same side.
It's magic.
Right? And then what am I doing next, folks? I'm going to go ahead and layer that in the opposite direction. And I'm going to twist that so that my pattern stays up. And you've created your next layer.
Next video, bow making.
Boom, bow making, yes, bow making 101. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and I'll do this again, okay, so everybody can see. I'm going to go ahead and snip that.
Snip and zip.
Use the zip tie. And I'm going to go straight over the zip tie that I did for this first layer. Okay, and zip it. So you can see that I'm sort of building a fan. Do you see the shape of this? How it's just sort of like a fan shape? Okay, I'm going to do this again with the other one that I showed you so that everybody can be on the same page, all right?
Build it separate.
Okay, all right, we can do that.
Yes.
So
Say it again.
we're going to build this one separately. So just for measurement's sake,
Yes.
I'm going to lay this up against the first section that I did.
A little bit bigger than the last.
And like I said, I'm going to make that next layer of loops just about a finger and a half over the length of the first loop. I'm going to go ahead and tie that off, okay? Now, instead of continuing like I did before, we're going to do layer by layer, if that helps you. So again, twisting and turning.
Twist.
Turn. Twist, turn.
Left and right. Right?
Yes. You've got it. Do you know how to make a bow memo?
No.
You should. You do now.
I can, but there's a delay.
I'm going to go through and zip tie that through. Okay, so that would be the second layer.
So make sure the tails are even when you cut them.
You're cutting out, yeah. All I can see is your earring. Now I see your glasses.
Now, like I said, we're going to do layer by layer.
Now
You can go ahead and take this, what we've done originally, and put this against the back.
This is just showing the first one.
It's just
Exactly. So again, this is just another method of making the same bow, all right? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and leave these separate for now for those of you who want to try this method, because that could be very beneficial to other people. So now, if you're working with all the ribbons that are together the way that I've done, I'm going to add the next layer, which is this fun black and white stripe.
Beetlejuice.
Yes, that's what that reminds me of too. I love this pattern. So again, I'm going to lay that underneath, and I'm going to create my third layer. And again, I'm making this layer a little bit longer than the layer in front of it. So this will be my third and final layer. So I'm going to do 2 extra loops on either side. So about a finger and a half lengths over that second layer of loops. Twist. And remember, folks, if you don't twist, what happens?
Inside out.
Inside out. You're going to see the underside. Maybe you want that to happen, but that, you know, for our purposes, we're going to twist in order to make this happen. So again, that's going to be another finger, finger and a half inch, or length over the layer in front of it. Again, I've got my tails in the way here. Measuring it up against that one. Now this is a very simple bow. The bows that we create here at CRAFTEX, we create them somewhat differently in terms of adding the number of loops and adding layers. Oop. So I'm going to go ahead and cable tie.
I can see you, but you kind of sound like a robot.
Oh.
Make it just a
Cutting
tad
in
bit
and out like
longer, and the same side.
So I'm so sorry about that, folks. You know, this is our first time ever doing this. This is,
That's the
oh,
internet.
that.
oh,
Got
That's
it.
the FaceTime.
ah, okay.
The thing is
We're
you
good.
can go back
Okay.
and watch this again when your power is restored. If you get behind, you can rewind it and watch it again.
Oh yeah, we gotta mention that they can go back. They can go back and then they can go. To
Yes,
You guys doing
Memo
okay?
telling me,
You
you
want
guys
us to
can
slow
always
down?
go back and rewind if you'll need to.
So this is what the layering looks like. Now we haven't fluffed this out to make it look like a bow yet, but this is what this is going to look like. Okay, so this is what you should see. You can see a tighter loop in the center, and it just slightly gets larger as we work outward. Now let me go ahead and do this the other fashion so you can see what's happening, where we're doing layer by layer. So this was my second layer with the other bow. So I'm going to measure this one up against this one and make it a little bit longer than that. I'm going to twist that so I know what size my loop is. I'm going to come back. And again, just loosely measuring again. And again, I just want to show you, if you don't twist your ribbon, the underside comes up. And you don't want that to happen, or maybe you do. I mean, it can certainly work for you. So twist.
In the middle. Slow down your twist.
Doing a simple twist. And just measuring up again. Twisting again to finish off that tail. I'm going to and I'm going to cable tie that in the center.
And remember, everybody does their
Yes.
bows a little bit
Yes.
different.
Zip
So
tie.
if you don't catch it on Michael's way and you know a way, do it your way.
And you know, I'm often going online and looking and watching how other people make their bows, and I've actually seen people, and I was showing the gang the other day, I came across a lady that was making her bows from the outside in. She was working backwards from what we do, but it works for her. So again, this is my third layer. So what I'm going to do, I'm basically just going to start with the first layer. If you're doing it my method, or the second method, is layering these and adding all these layers together. So that's one. Adding that one underneath. And then I'm going to take this one and just add it underneath that one. So again, we have 3 layers.
Debbie's a bow pro.
Okay.
Can't see Christy though. After you keep losing power.
So when I've layered all those together, I'm going to go ahead and take my cable tie, my zip tie, and just go straight through the center again and link all these together. Okay, so everything again, basically the same fan shape going on, all right? So,
Can you say that again real fast? The fan shape?
the fan shape here, all your layers, your first layer, second layer, third layer, you can see that sort of fan shape. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start fluffing out the bow. And it's just a matter of pulling and twisting, just pulling out. I like to have all my tails, by the way, going the same direction. So that way your tails can all hang downward. So I'll show you how I'm doing. So if the cameraman just wants to follow what I'm doing, and it's okay to get aggressive and just pull one from extreme right, extreme left, and just position all your... Exactly, yes. Just have fun with it. And it's not going to slip apart because you've cable tied it. Everything's going to stay in place. And like I said, I've got all my tails coming out of the same direction, bottom, coming down.
They should be.
All right, so this is basically what I have going on here. How does that look, folks?
Fluffy.
Now I'm not done fluffing so much right here because I'm going to refluff it after I've attached it. So I'm going to take one of my wires and I'm going to go straight through the middle. This is what we're going to attach.
Where the zip ties are.
Exactly. Just go right over the zip ties. I'm just going to fold that through. And I'm just going to twist that on there, give it a couple of good twists. That way it's just sort of hanging off the wire. Now this is what I'm going to insert and attach, okay?
People catch it.
How's everybody doing? Any questions, comments, concerns?
I see you now.
Is everybody good?
Oh, gotcha. Let me turn it around for you then, so you can see. But you can go back and
Yeah,
watch
you can
it.
just twist it.
No, not yet. No, you just put all the bows together.
Oh, she lost connection again?
Her power's off.
Oh no,
Yes, through
okay. Some
through
people are
all
losing their
three. You just put
connection.
the
Some people are losing power.
And then go to the back and attach all 3 together.
Show them that you have not attached it yet.
I haven't attached it yet, folks. I'm just sort of,
Did you get that?
I'm just having it right here in my hand. I'm waiting for everybody to catch up. Oh, and I can also just come, let me go ahead and fluff the second one, the one that I attached using the layer method. So I'm just going to fluff this one out. And again, just pulling all my tails toward the bottom.
There you go, just start fluffing your bow.
I hope everybody's having a good experience. I hope everybody's liking what's going on. And I'm doing the same thing, running the wire all the way through the middle, right through where I've cable tied all the sections together. And just giving it a couple of good twists. So as you can see, I have two bows that are hanging off of a wire, okay? How's everybody doing? How's your bow looking?
I'm sorry, say that again? Yeah.
Christy's got good wire technique.
Fluff it off, fluff all the bow to make it kind of look circular.
Looking good.
Put some up, put some down,
You know, left, right, up, down.
so you could see all three layers.
Everybody good? Can I move on?
Share, is your group
Everybody good?
good? How's your
Yeah,
group?
go ahead.
Everybody good? Okay.
Yeah.
Cher's group is good. Shirley's group, Rocky's group.
My group is great.
Okay.
I think we're still waiting to tie the bow.
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all are really doing well.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert this. So this is basically, everybody can see where this is gonna go. It's basically gonna work itself right into that empty space or that negative space there. So I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna take the wires and I'm gonna go straight through. I'm giving it some good twists back there. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to start playing with all my loops and all my tails, making sure that everything comes forward. And I want to show you some quick finishing off techniques that we do here at CRAFTEX to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what we do. Now, one quick method is to tailor the ends here. Instead of doing the blunt cut, you can go ahead and just fold that over and just cut a V into it. So cut an upward V, which makes what's called a dovetail or a fishtail. As you can see what that looks like, it's just a simple V. Or you can take, I'm using the second one that I hadn't cut. One of the things we like to do here as well is just curl up the ends or roll it back into itself and then just sort of pull out and create like a little ponytail and just let that hang out. So that's really up to you. But you know, as I said, this is one of the things we do here, and you can do a combination of both if you like. And just sort of pull that out. I think, in my opinion, I think this is probably a very good look because it always looks to me as if the ribbon is sort of unrolling itself and it just looks a little bit more magical. And another thing we like to do, since this is white on the outside of this particular ribbon, maybe roll it in such a way that the actual ribbon, the underside is actually showing. So maybe you want to do this kind of effect as well, where it's just sort of rolled into itself, or you can still do that little ponytail, as we call it, and just let it look as if it's just sort of unfurling, unrolling on itself. I mean, there's so many different ways of dressing this up and playing with this. You know, again, that real simple dovetail, which is always very pretty and very tailored looking. One of the tricks that a lot of florists and ribbon people like to do is, for example, just to keep the ends from fraying, is to take a lighter, just a simple lighter, and just sort of run it around or run it along the edges to keep the ribbon from fraying. And, you know, that's always a good thing. Or as I said, just roll it back into itself. And this is basically what we've done here. What does everyone think? Are you happy with what you've done?
That's it.
That's
Everybody
pretty much
good?
it. Is everybody good?
Y'all got the dovetail?
Can't see your
Ah,
pumpkin.
yeah, you know, it's just a matter of playing with your ribbon tails. And you can open that up. How's everybody doing?
Everyone on my side's doing great.
Okay.
My team is doing fantastic.
Any questions, any comments, any concerns?
Any
Is there anything that we can do to help improve what we're doing? Please, you know, we're open to criticisms and critiques because we want to make this a good experience for everybody involved. Like I said, this is our first experience doing this, and we just want to make this good for everybody. So please feel free to do so.
Can you take it off the hanger and
Oh,
look at the back?
sure.
So you can see.
Actually, and that's another thing I wanted to show you. I still have all these loose ends of things that I haven't clipped off. So I still have the wire, for example, all these
That
loose
looks
wires.
incredible, you guys. That's looking really great.
Now, a lot of people, for example, who do not like a naked piece like this. Maybe you have some additional pieces of leaves or perhaps even pieces of ribbon. If you wanted to put a piece of ribbon running along the very back side of this, maybe you have a glass door and maybe you want to finish that off. Maybe you want to glue a piece of ribbon to the very back of that so you don't have such a raw edge or a raw back. That's always a concern.
There's a question.
Yes.
Is there a way to hide the wire on the pumpkin?
Other than just playing with the tails, like I said, like I offered earlier, you can always puncture through the actual pumpkin and glue the wire into it, and then go back and strap it in.
Start it all over again, and you can watch it again.
Or poke a hole and glue it?
And you can, you know,
Any questions on your end, Rocky?
No, they're good. They're moving right along.
yeah, you keep going out, and then you come in, and then you
They're
go
flipping
out.
right now.
What?
Like you're
They're
frozen
flipping
now.
Yeah,
now.
with just some of the tail.
I'm just waiting for any comments or
Any
suggestions or concerns. I hope you're all happy with what we've done here.
Can you grab your?
Mine? Yeah.
Looks good. Yeah, it looks great.
You guys, those look fantastic. Way to go, guys. That was amazing. You did a great job.
Now, I can't see what everybody has done, so I'm going to have to go back and watch all the videos or some of these if I
looks
can.
really good.
They did
Maybe the
great.
back.
Yeah, here's the back again. So here's your little hanger.
That's true. I
Do you have
can't
any
see
questions
you.
or need help with anything?
I don't know
Those look nice.
if you're even there.
Wow.
And like I
looks
said,
good.
folks, if you wanted to clean this up
There
and
you
hide the
go.
wires, you can maybe take some additional leaves and maybe
Don't forget
cut
to
the
clean up
leaves off
back,
and
too.
glue them
Clip all the loose ends.
to the back if you have a glass door. You know, that's always a concern for people.
You did it.
Oh, I heard something
You
then.
did it. That looks really pretty.
I hear you now.
Right. Yeah, she added the green to it. Beautiful. Do y'all have any questions?
Now, of course, folks, this is just a basic model here.
You're going in and
If you
out.
wanted to dress this up and add some additional
You could pull that one out.
pieces of greenery or add extra ribbon elsewhere,
No,
I mean that, or
yes, you
add
can do that.
maybe a
That's pretty.
pretty pumpkin doll
Have all
or a
the ribbon
fairy
showing.
or something. I
Yes,
mean, that's
just like
always
that.
another option. You can just tie that right in. I mean, that's basic. That's up to you.
See your smile.
You can always add flowers, magnolias, or peonies, or something in the same colorations. A pretty ghost or
I
something,
think
a
you said
skeleton.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, really make this your own.
Bye.
Thank you all for tuning in. We
Thank you
appreciate
guys
it.
so much
Thank
for
you.
tuning in.
Bye-bye.
Have a
It was
great
very-
have a great weekend, everybody.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, you're very welcome. Anytime, you guys. Thank y'all for being the very first and being patient. Y'all did it. We did it. Woo! Y'all take care.
Yay.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Thank you, guys.